Hi, and welcome to Tea Time Tech Talks, a new series where we talk to IT professionals around the world about how they're migrating to the cloud over the time it takes to drink a cup of tea. I'm Sarah Torney, your host. I lead customer insights for the Chrome Enterprise team. Today we have a special guest, Greg Simpson, CTO from Synchrony Financial. He's here to share his story about how they migrated their entire call center workforce to the cloud due to COVID. Greg, it's great to have you on the show today. Did you ever imagine migrating your entire workforce to work from home?
No, we never really ever imagined having our entire customer service team working remotely.
Wow, well done. Can you share with us a little bit more about the call center team and your company overall?
Customer service reps are often the heart and soul of our company because they are actually interacting with our merchants' customers or the consumers. So they're sort of the front line and the face of our company to our merchants' customers, and very important. And that's the population where the Chromebooks were really deployed.
Wow, well, clearly an important team. Can you share with us the importance of this call center team in terms of keeping your business running?
We had a large portion of our population that were call center workers that didn't have a laptop, that had desktop systems. And that's where we turned to Google and the Chromebook as a thin client. So one of the things we did was really work to, replace thousands of desktops that the call center workers were working with a Google Chromebook. So we were able to route the phone calls for our customer service centers directly to our employees' homes or cells so that they could then continue to do that work from a Chromebook that was connected to a virtual desktop in a secure fashion.
Security is certainly important. Can you share with us how technology changed in your environment during and post-COVID?
So we used a Citrix virtual desktop that contained the applications that a call center rep uses. So some of those applications are custom-built internal applications that we've built ourselves. Others are off-the-shelf packages like the soft phone client that integrates with our PBXs to allow the calls that come into our call centers to then arrive at these at the right number through the soft phone configuration. So we used a lot of different tools, and those were all set up on sort of a Citrix virtual desktop that was managed in our data center. And the Chromebook was our way to access that virtual desktop in a secure fashion to enable the call center worker to work just as if they were in the office. And so the obvious answer was Chromebooks. When people think of thin clients, that's sort of the de facto standard in the industry right now, is to think of a Chromebook as a way to get a thin client out there.
Thinking about this transformation, did you already have this strategy in place, or did COVID inspire these transformational strategies?
We deployed Google Chromebooks throughout the enterprise and got our entire domestic call center workforce home in a matter of weeks, something that we would have thought would have taken over a year to do. And that was sort of we sort of said that's going to take so long that we won't even try to do it. And with the fact that we could do it in weeks demonstrated that we can move really, really fast when we need to. And so how do we maintain that speed? How do we prioritize differently? How do we communicate differently? How do we meet differently? Certainly the COVID has accelerated the digital transformation through collaboration technologies, accelerated our speed in our agile journey, in our position in our agile journey, and continues to get us to think differently about how we work and how our footprint of how we work could be different in the future.
Speed and agility are certainly important when it comes to technology. So thinking about your pilot, what did it look like from start to finish?
I wouldn't even characterize that as a pilot. I would characterize that as we said, gee, we've got this COVID thing starting to occur. What if we want to send everybody home? Quick, get 10 Chromebooks. And before we even really got that off the ground, we were ordering large quantities of Chromebooks because things were accelerating very rapidly. So we started ordering Chromebooks in early March, and I'd say the pilot was sort of in parallel to acquiring more. So it wasn't really a formal pilot. It was more of a technology sort of quick assessment on the security and the configuration, how we would want to do that and how we would work with Google to configure that. We were comfortable that we could make it all work, because it wasn't anything that was done as let's look at how to do Chromebooks and thin clients for Synchrony. It was done as let's figure out how to get our workers home. This is our best shot. Let's do Chromebooks and let's, execute this with, really breathtaking speed so that we can get everybody out of the office and they can work from home.
Wow. Have you done anything to this scale and speed before?
No, I think it's safe to say we hadn't done anything quite that dramatic, that quickly ever before.
Wow. Well done. So thinking about breathtaking speed, who did you turn to when you knew that you had to transition your workers to work from home?
One of our personal values at Synchrony is caring. And that was demonstrated by all of our employees that really cared and worked around the clock. At the end of the day, it was people. People made it happen. And it wasn't just technology people. This was enterprise operations people. So we had people throughout the company coming together to help out. So it was a great effort by a lot of great people that made this possible.
Wow, great teamwork. What does the future of Synchrony's technology look like?
The desktops are going to go away completely. So we will decommission all those desktops. Chromebooks will be the new model of operating, whether you're in the office or at home. And so in the unfortunate event there was any type of second wave or another disaster required people to work from home, you'd be able to pick up from the office and go home immediately with your Chromebook and continue working, and you can come back. So we don't want to give up that resiliency, that capability that the Chromebook gives us that's different than the desktop. But in addition, just the management of the devices is so much easier. We still had the patching of the PCs and getting from Windows 7 to Windows 10 and controlling administrative rights, and the ability to write information to a PC. The Chromebook takes a lot of those problems away because it's a very thin client, read-only operating system. There's no data storage on the device itself. So from a security perspective, it gives us a better position with the Chromebook than the desktops. And so it gives us more control, more manageability over those devices, and really helps us come back when we do return to office with a better solution for everybody in terms of manageability and security.
Ease of manageability is certainly a benefit for everyone. How did Chrome OS play a role in this transformation?
Right now, we've got a unique, unprecedented environment of a global pandemic. And so IT has to lead in terms of delivering solutions that can help with the challenges of today. And I think one of the challenges today is work at home and collaborating from home and helping people come together in new ways and enable them to work, productively at home. But that's just in addition to all the things that we have to do that are strategic for the success of the company and our customers.
We've all certainly been adjusting. How has Chrome Enterprise had an impact on your team?
Chrome Enterprise, I think its birthplace was really the Chrome browser, which, giving us a contemporary browser that had good security controls and was really fast was a big plus to the enterprise. It quickly became the leading browser, and that really led to developments like Chrome OS, and which ultimately enabled things like the Chromebook, which facilitated the thin client that helped us with this particular success story of getting our workers home. And so Chrome's had a big place in our company and has been successful in helping us do some great things.
That's certainly great to hear. Does your team have a particular Chromebook that they like to use?
We've really liked, the 15-inch Acer right now is one of our favorites because it's the screen size and the keyboard size. For our workers, it's really great to have more screen real estate and the camera and the bezel. It's very much like a laptop. It feels like a laptop, but it's got the control and security of the Chrome OS.
What drives you forward every day as a CTO?
As a CTO, it's really about innovation and learning every day. So my engineering background really prepared me to be able to learn.
Greg, thanks so much for sharing your inspiring story with us today. It's been great chatting.
Thanks, and for having me on the show. I appreciate it. It was great talking to you.